What's up, party people? I hope you're having a dope day. You know the last thing I try to think about when I'm eating unhealthy food? Heart attacks. Well, the restaurant we're talking about today really wants you to think about heart attacks. Like the whole time you're eating there. They want you to think about heart attacks. Yes, today I want to talk about one of the weirdest places I have ever seen, the Heart Attack Grill. For those who don't know, the Heart Attack Grill is a burger joint that serves, wait for it, burgers. The thing that makes this very different than any other burger joint is that they really embrace the fact that the food is killing you. They're actually so worried that you might die while eating their food. The slogan for the restaurant is, "We only take cash because you might die before the check clears." Okay. If you do know about the Heart Attack Grill, it's most likely because of their controversies. Like if you're over 350 pounds, you can eat for free. The fact that people have literally had heart attacks while eating there, and they've not had one, but 2 spokesmen die of, yeah, guessed it, heart attacks. Don't worry, more on that later. Putting those controversies aside for now, there's a lot to talk about with this restaurant, and this stuff gets bonkers. So buckle up. When you enter the restaurant, the Hooters-style waitresses put a hospital gown on you. So, it's like dress up. The foods are named after hospital terms, like there's this culinary dog, which literally looks like someone pooped in a hot dog bun. Then there are the flatline fries, which is pretty fucking dark. Also, they cook their fries in lard, which is just gross. For a second too, I thought you could order the nurses, but it turns out that's just a way they describe the beers they have. Like if you order a dark nurse, you're ordering a dark beer. So yeah. Feel like there's a better way to order a beer. Then there are the burgers that are named after different heart surgeries. You can get the single bypass all the way up to the octuple bypass, which looks like this. The octuple bypass burger has 40 slices of bacon, 16 slices of cheese, and 8.5 patties, all adding up to 20,000 calories. What the fuck? To wrap your head around that number, Michael Phelps, the best swimmer ever, when training for the Olympics, would eat 10,000 calories a day. This burger is doubled that. Don't worry though, because if you finish their biggest burger, you get a free ride out of the restaurant. In a wheelchair. Yay. And if you start a meal at the Heart Attack Grill, you better finish it, because if you don't, the nurses will spank you. And they don't hold back. At least the women look like they're enjoying it. Maybe. Probably not. I really think this is the only restaurant that could ever pull off spanking their customers. Or maybe they're onto something here. Chili's, take notes. On their menus too, there's a little disclaimer that says there's an 8.25 tax for the wasteful government to squander. A low-key theme of the Heart Attack Grill is to not like the government, as you can see from their bathrooms here. Well, at least one of those people might like getting pissed on. Also, to add to the bathroom stuff, there are these cartoon nurses that make fun of your dick. And honestly, I'm just happy that the Heart Attack Grill has this in Spanish. So progressive. The owner of the Heart Attack Grill is John Bezos. And yes, that sort of does sound like Jeff Bezos. And yes, he sort of does look like Jeff Bezos' second cousin. Now, John Bezos. How do I describe this guy? He dresses up as a doctor and has people call him Dr. John. But don't worry, he's not a real doctor. Shocker, I know. Now, Dr. John claims he doesn't spend any money on ads, which is only sort of true. I don't think he's spending money on ads and billboards, but he spends a ton of money making content for this restaurant. On their website, they have not 1, but 2 music videos, and I can't show them, but trust me, they are there. Then on their YouTube page, there is a 30-minute long infomercial. In this infomercial, Dr. John explains to us this new diet from the Heart Attack Grill.
I want to ask you a question. How do you feel when you look in the mirror? Is everyone trying to tell you how you should look?
Why is he in a black silhouette? Like, I feel like he's about to sell me drugs and not in the normal pharmacy way.
Today, I'm introducing the Heart Attack Grill Diet Program. It's a way of living that combines the best of eating and the best of drinking and the best of smoking. Now, the Heart Attack Grill diet was designed so that you could finally gain all the weight that you've ever wanted to.
You know, one of my life heroes used to tell me a diet is just die with a T at the end. Who's that hero, you may ask? Garfield. So one thing I want to point out is that this infomercial keeps cutting to different places where people are watching it from.
The Heart Attack Grill diet program. Let's open up and really talk. The Heart Attack Grill diet program.
I get that they're just trying to change up the shots so it's not like staying on Dr. John, but who's going to watch an infomercial on their Apple Watch? So then the infomercial starts to glorify immobility?
Hope you don't mind if I get serious with you folks for a minute. But I want to talk to you about immobility. It's the greatest thing that's happened to me. I don't have to do anything. Everybody does stuff for me. I don't have to go to the mailbox. They bring the mail to me.
So like, live your best life. But I feel weird that this restaurant is promoting this type of lifestyle when their whole goal is just to sell you more junk food. And they don't care about your health like any other fast food restaurant. And I get this is supposed to be tongue-in-cheek, but this is an actual philosophy of the Heart Attack Grill. Just to give up because it's not even worth trying. And I will talk about this more later. So after the whole immobility thing, we get a really weird cameo from adult film star Ron Jeremy.
I love the person-to-person counseling that you get at the Heart Attack Grill. Is that really true? You actually give out psychological advice to your patrons?
Of course.
This is so great. This is so Las Vegas.
Expensive.
This is so Las Vegas.
I love how they're trying to make it look like Ron Jeremy's talking to an audience when he's clearly in a green screen studio. They do this the whole time he's on screen.
Not only are you having a meal, you're having an experience. You know, you have a meal here, you're not going to be sorry. And I get girls sitting around me and stuff. And you can bring a great place for a date, because you're going to paddle the date also.
I don't think this is the best place for a date. So Ron then talks about how the Heart Attack Grill is the perfect date place because of the public spanking.
Love that you'll be paddling the man, and the girl and his date is going to be laughing on, look at Bob getting his ass paddled. And then when she turns her back, yeah, what the hell was that? You know? She turns her back, wham, oh, hey. And then he can laugh.
I have no idea why they added in those fake laughs, but the editing only gets weirder.
So Dr. John isn't one of those, far away, run a company type of thing. He's hands-on. Yeah. Hands-on. Created by Dr. John. Now,
thanks for those still images of Dr. John. I really needed a reminder who that guy was. So for those who don't know, Ron Jeremy's currently in court right now because he's on trial for 30 counts of sexual assault. So having him in this video, not a great look. But the Heart Attack Grill's YouTube page actually has this Ron Jeremy segment cut out and uploaded separately from the infomercial. Dude, take that down. Also, this isn't a dead YouTube channel. They unprivated a video a couple weeks ago, so they could have taken down the Ron Jeremy video by now. So if you guys haven't noticed, the owner, Dr. John, sort of a character. Literally. Seems cool enough. He does this little bit for the restaurant. Only problem is, he's a psychopath. But to truly understand Dr. John, we have to go back before he ran the most unhealthy burger joint ever. What was he doing before this restaurant? He was a Jenny Craig's fitness instructor. I would not be able to make that up even if I tried. In the article I was reading, Dr. John talks about how the fitness industry made him really jaded to the point where he wasn't even able to look at himself in the mirror. He wasn't being real with these people, and he wasn't being realistic about their health goals. So Dr. John has his own Jenny Craig franchise and his own gym, but he gets sued by a burger company. And in the article I was reading, he wouldn't name the burger company suing him, but to give you a little hint, the workout studio Dr. John owned was named In-N-Out Workout Studio. So he definitely got sued by Burger King. After getting sued on a big rainy night full of thunder and lightning, Dr. John decided to dedicate his life getting back at the big corporation that sued him, and thus the Heart Attack Grill was born. Was it a rainy day full of thunder and lightning? Is there any evidence that it wasn't? So yeah, I agree. Getting sued by a big corporation when you're a small little business? Douchebag move. You want to take a guess what Dr. John does now? He's a sue-happy motherfucker. On the Heart Attack Grill website, they have a whole section dedicated to the people they have sued and shut down. So I'm gonna start with the one that ends in a happy ending. They sued a New York deli for selling a sandwich named the Instant Heart Attack Sandwich. The Heart Attack Grill claimed that this New York deli stole their idea because they were coming out with the triple bypass burger. The case was dismissed because the two items weren't even close to being the same food. Since then, the New York deli has added an item called the triple bypass sandwich, described as a 3-decker sandwich consisting of 3 large potato pancakes and everything on it but the kitchen sink. So that's pretty neat. In 2017, the Heart Attack Grill sued a Tennessee burger joint named the Heart Attack Shack, which this article points out. Though the Shack, which is located inside a T-Mobile call center, offers a free meal to anyone who can eat 2 one-pound bacon cheeseburgers and a plate of extra large fries in under 30 minutes, it is otherwise a seemingly average burger and wing spot. Servers at the Shack do not wear revealing nurse costumes, and the menu items include a quarter-pound cheeseburger and 3-piece chicken wings. The interior does not feature the faux medical devices and wheelchairs that the grill uses as decor. The only similar thing that this Tennessee burger joint used is the term flatline fries when they first opened, and then they changed it. Also, I guess the owner of the Tennessee Heart Attack Shack is a minister and part-time pastor, which very weird restaurant to own if you're a minister. The Heart Attack Shack has since closed. There are 2 other restaurants that the Heart Attack Grill has sued, and those restaurants have since closed. I can't find as much information about the other 2 restaurants, but it sounds like there might have been some minor copyright issues. But that doesn't really change the fact that Dr. John has become pretty much exactly what he hated. A bigger business attacking a smaller business to the point where the small business fails and has to shut down. Another part of Dr. John's business practices is to exploit people to promote his restaurant. An example of this would be one of the nurses that is a little person. Dr. John has her serving beers in a little car.
Who speeds around in a mini ambulance delivering beers.
So if that woman came up with that idea, super funny. If Dr. John came up with that idea, pretty fucked up. But the biggest way Dr. John exploits people has to come with the people he puts up front and center. So let's talk about the Heart Attack Grill's spokesman, because if you thought all this other stuff was whack, we're just getting started. Blair Rivers was the first spokesman for the restaurant, and he weighed 575 pounds and passed away when he was 29 years old. In this interview, Dr. John straight up admits to using Blair's death to promote his business.
There's an argument to be made that you used this guy during his life, and that now you are very morbidly using his death to continue to promote your restaurant.
I absolutely agree.
The second spokesman, John Ailman, wasn't ever an official spokesman of the Heart Attack Grill, but he did have a lot of t-shirts and cartoons based off him, and while eating at the restaurant, he would go by the name Patient John. Based off the reading that I've done, Ailman seemed like a great guy. He would help around the restaurant, was super friendly, and would even encourage people walking by the restaurant to come in and try a burger. Every day, Ailman would salute Dr. John and tell him to have a great day. Ailman actually passed away outside the Heart Attack Grill, and Dr. John could not care less. Oh, how do I know that? Because Dr. John did this.
Now, the one that I couldn't save was a very dear friend of mine. And I want to tell you something. They'll say it's grotesque. They'll say, how can you keep the man's cremation here? And I'll tell you something. I am setting the bag on the table. And I challenge any other restaurant to set the bag on the table.
Pretty messed up. Pretty messed up. To exploit someone's death for something like this is actually diabolical. And I can hear some people now being like, no, this is just like a really weird, bad way to show you how fast food is actually bad for you. That's not what he's doing. No, Dr. John realizes being outrageous is what's going to get himself and his restaurant a bunch of attention. Don't believe me? Well, in the same interview, Dr. John says this.
When there are lights and sirens outside and they're bringing some person out on a gurney, you're basically in the back room counting money at that point.
Absolutely. Was that heart attack good for business? Did that heart attack pad my wallet with money? Absolutely. Did I enjoy that? Absolutely.
Oh, he knows if customers die in his restaurant, people are going to talk about it. In this interview, Dr. John says he doesn't want people to die at his restaurant.
Because I don't want to see people dead.
But his employees say otherwise. An ex-employee did a Reddit AMA where she talked about her experience working at the Heart Attack Grill and how management treats their customers. One day when this woman was working, a customer had a heart attack. Shocker, I know. So the waitress called 911 like a normal person. But the Heart Attack Grill's manager was actually pissed at this waitress for not filming the heart attack when it was happening. The manager wanted to send it to the local news so that the restaurant would get some free publicity. That has to be one of the most Black Mirror dystopian things I have ever seen. Okay, wow. In that same interview, Dr. John admits that people dying at his restaurant is actually good for business.
Now, if they do die here, I'm not going to lie to you. That's great for business. I'll say it again. Death is great for business at the Heart Attack Grill.
Dr. John is the only person ever to watch Wally and think, yeah, everything's looking great. Since Ailman's passing, I believe they're still selling his t-shirt there, but I couldn't get that confirmed. What I did get confirmed is that this online shop is selling Heart Attack Grill merchandise and is selling this t-shirt. Which, come on, man. And I don't know if this is run by the restaurant. It says it's designed by the Heart Attack Grill, but maybe that's someone impersonating them. But based on how protective Dr. John is on the Heart Attack Grill's brand, it's hard for me to imagine he's not making money off of this, or he would have sued by now. Since Ailman died, the Heart Attack Grill hired a new spokesman named Mike Lee, but I can't find any information on him other than this one ABC interview. In this interview, they talk about how Mike Lee just suffered his first heart attack, which I'm sure this restaurant was thrilled to hear. Just think about all the ashes they would have. But honestly, Dr. John doesn't need spokesman anymore. He's pivoted to something much worse. Heart Attack Grill influencers. I guess influencers isn't the right phrase, but the restaurant has become so infamous that content creators go there to create content. People go there, show off the food they're eating, talk about their experience, all that great influencer stuff. Dr. John has realized that this is the newest and probably best form of marketing for him. So he encourages these people to come to his restaurant, and on the Heart Attack Grill's website, he plugs all of these videos on Bing. But the most prolific of these influencers is Nikocado Avocado. Because of course he is. Like, seriously, are you that surprised? It makes sense though, because the Heart Attack Grill and Mukbang go hand in hand with each other. Also, side note, I don't get Mukbang. Like, if you like it, great, but I do not get the appeal at all. But I did my due diligence and I watched every single Nikocado Avocado Heart Attack Grill video, and there's a lot. And here's my argument. I think Nikocado has become the unofficial spokesman of the Heart Attack Grill. And I'm going to show you why. So I want to focus on Nick's most recent visit, which was about a month ago, because it gets very weird. And this is after Nick's whole medical problem where he said he was a disabled person. I'm not going to focus on Nick's whole shtick here because that's not the point of this video. In this video, you can see that the Heart Attack Grill plays Nick's old videos in the restaurant.
There's me.
You qualify for free food.
Look, hungry fat chick. And there's me.
Shield Tiffany into the central scale for an official weigh-in.
Which, if you're playing his videos on loop, I feel like that's sort of mascot-esque. Then we get the first appearance of Dr. John, and it's pretty fucking weird.
Right on Nick. No, you want it. No, you do, Nick. Willpower. Who needs willpower? You need cheese. Okay. Nick, I'm gonna put some more chili on it for you. Come on, Nick. You want Dr. John's food, don't you? It's not worth losing the weight, Nick. It's not worth it. You want to stay fat, Nick. Being fat tastes good.
Well, I'm uncomfortable now. Look how dilated his eyes are. He's enjoying this way too much. So the first thing Dr. John does when Nick starts eating a hot dog is to tell everyone that he has a giant dick.
Creepers. I'm just gonna go right into it. I love it.
Good deal. Just remember, Dr. John is a very big...
Yes, he does.
And then, I'll be honest, I have no idea what they are saying here.
Proof is in
Not lying.
It looks than Dr. John.
There you go.
There's a point in this video where Dr. John and all the workers get together to do a thumbnail take.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Dude, why did you include that? Also, look at Dr. John's face throughout this whole thing.
Wonderful.
What are you doing? So at one point, Dr. John and Nick are talking about their friend Candy and how she's immobile.
Well, you see, my patient Candy, she's been doing quite well. Actually, we couldn't get her out the door today, could we?
No, she couldn't get out.
See, a lot of my patients in the more advanced stage can't leave their house.
Then they start glorifying how great immobility is.
Immobility is the ultimate. You know why? You don't have to work anymore. The government just sends you a check. It's great.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the mailbox.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
In fact, they just come sponge bath you.
Yeah. That sounds so good.
See, being skinny is totally overrated.
So this is the second time you've encouraged immobility, and I know the first time was supposed to be funny, which it wasn't, but this woman literally can't get out of her house, and you're talking about how great of a success story it is. Then you're encouraging Nick and his followers to do the same with your product. I'm just saying, it doesn't sound like a joke anymore. So then they start talking about how the Heart Attack Grill's milkshakes are made.
There's so much butter in our shakes that if there was even 0.25% more, the actual paddles in the machine would stop turning because they'd churn it to butter. Rock hard butter at any temperature. You stick a spoon in and it's straight up whether it's warm or cold.
I'm just saying, have you actually eaten a stick of butter? Because it's not that good. So at the end of the video, we find out that Nick has gained between 8 and 9 pounds in one sitting. And Dr. John, he's not impressed.
Oh my gosh. 8, 9 pounds?
9 pounds.
That is how you eat.
I don't know. I think that 8-9 pounds in one treatment, it's good. Not the best I've seen, but good nonetheless.
The scale's getting upset. She's like, I can't decide if you're here or about to.
And the end of this video, I don't know how to describe it other than terrifying. So yeah, that's how it ends. So if you couldn't tell, Dr. John is milking Nick's free promotion so hard it might be butter now. It is weird seeing them both benefit from this. Like Nick gets some content, Dr. John gets some free PR. The only difference is Nick could die doing this. So at the end of the day, is it bad that Dr. John owns a restaurant that actively encourages obesity? Yeah. Dr. John says he's doing all this to spread the message of eating healthy and learning about the dangers of fast food.
But people are actually dying. So that's kind of where the gig has to stop. What do you say?
People are dying. People will continue to die. Can they just stop, pause, and reflect upon the food for thought that I'm selling? It's not hamburgers, it's not t-shirts, it's not french fries. I'm selling you food for thought and a good laugh. Let's all have a good time. But let's really digest this. Let's think a bit, or we're going to end up exactly like my friend in the bag. I want one and only one thing. I want my message out there loud and clear. I am a believer that when people hear my message, the net health benefit to society is incredibly good.
Your message to society. The things you have said throughout my whole research for this video are an infomercial promoting people to get fat, using real-life humans as props to sell your burgers, then promoting your butter-filled milkshake to an influencer with thousands of followers. Then if there's any restaurant that has a similar message to yours, you sue to oblivion to the point where they can't spread that message anymore. Now, if you ask me, I would say your message is, come to my restaurant, get fat, die here. I also want to make this very clear that being heavy isn't a bad thing. Like if you want to be 500 pounds, great, go wild. That's your decision. But no one should be telling you to give up if you want to change your lifestyle. Picture it like this. Your friend's an alcoholic and you find out there's this bar that will serve you free booze if you blow a 0.3 blood alcohol level. Your friend goes to this bar all the time because he can drink for free, and eventually your friend dies because he drank too much. You would hate this place and hate it even more when you find out they made merch off your dead friend. Yeah, it's not the fault of the bar to get you what you want, but most bars don't want you to die at their place. And I already talked about this, but Dr. John knows being big and extreme is what gets people's attentions. He wants people to cover his restaurant and be outraged. Look at their website. They have a whole section dedicated for news outlets to easily get video clips, pictures, and other content for doing a story on their restaurant. I really debated about making this video because I'm doing exactly what Dr. John wants. Talking about his craziness and giving him free promo. The way I justified making this video is I was interested in eating at the Heart Attack Grill before I did all this research. Seems like a fun place with a good atmosphere. Now that I know their business practices, I don't want to eat there, so I thought I'd spread the word. When I first started making this video, I did not think I had this much to say about the Heart Attack Grill. So that's it for this video, and as always, if you like what you see, you know what to do. Do all those YouTube-y things, and I will catch you on the flippity flop.